Hey, everybody. Danny Shea. Late? Late, I know. I'm like, what's going on in this world? It's a topsy-turvy world, I tell you. Topsy-turvy. So, but I had to get on, even though it's been so topsy and turvy, just because, well, I want to talk about the Republicans' response to liar, liar. And I want to clarify a certain somebody, I'm not going to mention names, Linda, had a dream about me and she didn't really tell the whole story. People were asking me, what do you think about that dream? Well, here's how it went. This, from what I remember, this is how it went. So I went down to Malibu and I was cruising down PCH, Pacific Coast Highway 1. That's where Malibu is. We're off the side. I'm cruising down Malibu in my little deuce coupe. No, not the Lambo, because if I had the Lambo, that's more like West Hills. But although they do have Lambos down in Malibu, but then I'd have to wear all this bling around my neck and stuff. So I was in the little deuce coupe. For those of you who don't know what a deuce coupe is, it's 38 Ford American Graffiti. The Ford, Harrison Ford was driving. Okay. So I'm cruising down PCH and there's Linda. Oops, I wasn't going to say names. There she is. And I go, hey, girl, want to go for a spin? And she goes, yeah. Okay, get in. So off we go. We're flying. Because if that little deuce coupe, if it could have wings, it'd fly. And Linda and I are in there. We're flying. So around Dead Man's Curve, name those two cars, Dead Man's Curve. Okay. Flying, and she's going, we're talking about, the State of the Union. She goes, let's go talk to Joe. Let's go have a word with him. And I go, really? And she goes, yeah, they've got a buffet spread out there that's supposed to be killer. Some events going on. I go, okay. So off we go, flying to DC because we're psychic. We can get there fast. So we get there. They let us in. And we're just chillaxing, we're hanging out with Kamala and all these people. And Linda sees the dessert table. And she goes, Danny, go snag me one of those little French eclair things. And I go, oh, my favorite. So I went over there. She had to go to the loo. See, I'm being nice. She went to the loo. When she came out, there was these 3 women that were there with badges and stuff. And I've got my face full of this eclair. And I go, hey, man, what's going on? Anyway, they whisk her off into Joe Biden's Oval Office. And, she was telling her story and she wanted to do an interview. And Linda goes, no, man, not without my eclair. See, it wasn't about me. It was about the eclair that I had. So that's why I went in there. And when I went in there, Linda's sitting there going, hey, this is what you do when they start heckling you. This is what you do. So really, it was all Linda's idea when Joe turned the tables on them and said, see, everybody's in agreement. Nobody's cutting Medicare or Medicaid or Social Security. All Linda's. Dang. Forget that I'm mentioning a name because I said I wasn't going to do it. But here's the big problem. Here's what I want to read on. So now that we got that clear, here's what I want to read on. How pissed is Gerard Butler at me being in Linda's dream and not him? How pissed is he? I mean, he did a movie at the White House, didn't he? Olympus Had Fallen, Has Fallen. Gerard Butler. And I'm shuffling like this is real. Gerard Butler, how pissed are you at me? I'm using the Deviant Moon cards. I think he's really mad. Oh, he's sticking his tongue out at me. Oh my God, 5 of Swords. You know he's pissed. Oh my God, he is going to win at any cost. And on top of it, then he's going to stick his tongue out at me. Oh my God. Okay, but it's being covered by Linda, the high priestess. Oh, Linda. Okay, I'm just going to keep going kind of fast here. Star card. Let's see. How mad are you? Oh, dang, he's strong too. Strong. He's got the strength card. He's going to rip my little jaw. He's looking down in there to see if, I think he's still pissed that I didn't get him a little eclair. Ah, 8 of Pentacles. He's working at something. How pissed is he? Final outcome card. Ace of Pentacles. If I give him an eclair, everything's going to be okay. Oh, okay. Whew, man. So close to being. All right, let's take a look at, so I watched a little bit up, where are we here? 702, okay. So I watched a little bit of Joe Biden's speech. I thought he was really, really, really good. It surprised me with McCarthy clapping a little bit. I'm going, dude, one person can say, let's get him out of here. I thought he was like pretty brave doing that. But so let's look at him, and then let's look at if some of the things that these MAGA Republicans said are going to turn around and bite him. I didn't even look at Sarah Huckabee's. I know, oh, let me pause because I want to read something. Okay, here's what I had to read from the governor of Arkansas, who shall be nameless, really nameless. I don't want to say her name. The dividing line in America is no longer between right or left. The choice is between normal and crazy. True. And who was showing crazy? It was the Republicans. It was the Republicans. Oh my God. But I loved it when Biden turned the tables on them. Loved it. Loved it. So after this speech, let's just do a couple with McCarthy. See, I'm like, dude, you're getting in trouble. You're clapping on some things. I mean, he was being normal. And I read on this speech that it didn't get up. It was for somebody else, a private reading. And I did get that McCarthy was going to tell these people to calm it down. And, you know, because last year they were screaming and heckling when he was talking about his son who died. And so now they were screaming and heckling during fentanyl. And when he's talking about, anyway, it doesn't matter. Joe Biden's, his speech was all about what he has done. And I wonder, do we need to hire a PR firm to get the word out what this administration has done good, positive for the American people? It almost seems like it, and I don't think it should be Joe. I saw him on PBS tonight. And his speech last night was brilliant. He played it so well. And I was worried about that. He did a great job. But the interview that he gave on PBS, I'm like, ay. We've got to get this message out of how good he is for this country. Okay, anyway, Kevin McCarthy. I'm going to keep this short. How is your caucus looking at you after Joe Biden's State of the Union? 3 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, riding in as a winner, Magician, Strength. Okay, so this kind of sums it up. He's not going to be doing well. So he shook Joe Biden's hand, which he should, but he actually seemed happy to do it. So you have the 3 of Pentacles. He was celebrating certain successes that were not along party lines, with both parties. So he was celebrating those successes, but he needs to balance the MAGA. Well, what did Sarah Huckabee call it? Right, left, crazy, sane, or whatever. So he's the crazy and the normal. Anyway, so he's got to balance that out. At the base, he is the winner. He wrote in as the winner. In the past, as it relates, is the Magician. How he did that was, how he got to that position was magic. It is going to show some strength, but in the end, potential near future, it's not good. It's not good. So he has some balancing to do, and I think he's gone. I've never seen him sticking around for a long time. So let's look at the mouth. Marjorie Taylor Greene screaming and screaming and screaming. It was so funny. I'm like, oh, Joe, you're losing it. I'm going, oh man, they are screaming over you. And then I didn't watch the end of it, which I heard was worse, with the Republicans screaming. But I was there during the Medicare, Social Security, and he just flipped the script on them. He got them all riled up. And you know who told him to do that, don't you? Not naming names. So, is that going to hurt her? Are people going to see, yeah, crazy? The Republicans, because we all see crazy, but are the Republicans, the people who vote Republican, are they looking at that going, what the hell? Ooh. Someone's leaving. So let's just see. Just heard an alarm go off, like one of those phone warnings, like duck and cover. Oh, speaking of duck and cover, before we even get into her, and I'm sorry I didn't put this up on the first video. As we go through our day, as we go through videos, as we do all this stuff, just hit pause and say a prayer for all of the survivors that are dealing with all of this loss in the planet. And I go back to Tom T. Moore, sending light out and encircling the planet, letting it stop wherever it's needed, just to give some comfort, something. I was thinking about that. It's just not one person that one life affects. It's probably 10 plus 30 people. One death will affect. It's huge. You have husbands, wives, kids, grandkids, aunts, uncles. Send your light out. Send some hugs out. All right. I should have put that in the beginning or at the end, but okay. Refocus on crazy. Is that going to hurt her? Getting a sense that this reading is going to be off just because of that little interlude. But we can do it in interludes. We can stop what we're doing mid-strife and say a prayer for those people. It also keeps us in tune with spirit. So we go through our day and we're always like reconnecting. I got that from Tom T. Moore too. All right. I'm going to switch gears. I knew this was going to be, I was trying to make it short, but I'm going to switch gears. I want to look at Syria and Turkey. How much help are they going to get from the international community? Right now, they can't, and it goes back to disasters. Whenever you're in a disaster, you're always wanting help. The government's not going to help you. There's no way that they can get supplies into that area because the roads are gone, the buildings are gone. The airports are probably gone. You can't put the rescuers in a danger zone. Otherwise, you're going to have to rescue the rescuers. It's brutal. It's harsh, harsh, harsh. And say a prayer for the rescuers. Oh my gosh. I ran across a friend of mine who's on the search and rescue team out here, and they were looking for that little 5-year-old. And as far as I know, they haven't found him. And he goes, I had to stop. He goes, it was too hard on me. I go, it destroys your soul. You're trying to do good, but it's so horrific. It hurts your soul. It doesn't destroy it. It hurts it. And he goes, yeah, it was. And so I had to back away from it. He was an older guy. Maybe a young guy. Probably not. It's horrific. So don't forget the rescuers, the people that are seeing tragedy after tragedy. It hurts and it really messes up your soul. Okay. How much help are they going to get? How fast? My timing is. I'd love to see the 8 of Wands, the first card out. How fast? Queen of Cups, just what I was talking about. Send them some love, some comfort. But she's got something, she's got help in that cup, but she can't let it out because there's no roads crossed by. It's almost the 8, but it's not. It's the 9 of Wands, beat up, standing strong as well as you can, beat up, and a little bit of a restriction to move. Queen of Swords, Chariot, 5 of Swords in the Empress. So that card is what they're going through. They got to move on from this. They got to, and this Chariot, buildings moving, swaying. It's not the top. It's not the tower, but there's going to be more people leaving, creating a bigger refugee crisis. We have the King of Swords at the base. That is all about. So where I'm going with this reading, it seems like it's going to create a bigger refugee crisis in time. People are going to be yelling and screaming. We can't take anymore. We got to do something. There's going to be fights about this. However, there's something new. The Empress is in the potential near future. She's going to bring something new to the stage, and she is. This is all about nature. So maybe there's going to be some land that's going to be given to them, that's going to allow them to stay in there. Tents. They're already in tents. Okay. Whoo. Let me just clear some of this energy. Let's get back to crazy. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Greene. And all the people that were yelling, are the Republicans, when they look at that, are they going to go, yeah, normal or crazy? It's not right or left. It's between normal and crazy. Are they going to go with normal, or are they going to stick with crazy? And I heard that there were some normal, whatever that means, Republicans booing the crazies. Biden called them out. He goes, this is no place to be sitting on the sidelines. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let's just see. Woo. Charging ahead. Crazy. It feels like with this Knight of Swords energy that she just charges ahead without thinking. Well, you gotta have a brain to think. Oh, but she is going to want to go back to a simpler time. Worried. Something's coming, unexpected is coming. I'm just going to keep reading on this. She's really defending herself. Okay. What card do you want for the outcome card? Well, you want normal. You don't want crazy. How do you get rid of these type of people? You end their career. And you allow them to have maybe a new start. That's the final card. Not wishing any physical. This is all end this one cycle, start something new. She's defending herself on this one. She is, and she's really, really worried. I think, so we have the Page of Swords here, and the first card was the Knight of Swords. So is there going to be some kind of new legal thing coming her way? Either way, she's feeling the heartbreak. I think her donors, this is in the hopes and fears position. I think her donors are going, oh, I don't know. I don't know if we can keep paying you money. So hopes and fears. I hope I get more money, or I'm afeared. I ain't going to get any. So at the top of the reading note, she has a new emotional start. And this emotion is a calming energy. That's not her. She's got something new coming up. Maybe it's a new calming energy. Maybe she's going to go back to a simpler time. What'd she do before she did this? Maybe she and Lauren will open up a burger flipping joint. And then they're really going to like Joe Biden because you can get $15 an hour or whatever instead of the 7. Crazy burgers, get them here. All right, you all. Little satire, just to lighten the mood. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for supporting my crazy off the wall stuff. I appreciate you all. Thank you for letting me do this. Well, you didn't really let me, but if I lose a lot of subscribers, peace and love.